Hi, welcome to Arcana Ignition. I'm Wolf, and today I'm going to answer a question from my friend Alyssa. And Alyssa has been a dear friend and a partner in psychic explorations for a number of years. And last winter, I was her doula for her first child. So now she has a daughter that is very nearly a year old. And Alyssa is one of the most gentle spirits that I know. She and her partner go to animal auctions and buy animals that are destined for slaughter and take them home and raise them. And they plant trees professionally, and they're just generally beautiful, lovely, sweet humans. So Alyssa's question for me is a little bit disturbing. She writes, I've been having really terrible nightmares at night. I would love to have insight on what is causing my nightmares. It feels like something outside of myself. And also, insight on how to get them to end, if that is what is best, so that I can be at peace in my sleep and in between places once more. So Alyssa, I imagine you're kind of on the right track, that if you can get insight into what's causing your nightmares, that could help end them. And I love that she writes that she only wants them to end if that's what's best. And that she is totally willing to continue having these nightmares if they're teaching her or showing her something important. But I think it sounds like she'd also like to get the message and start having peaceful rest again. It's interesting also that she says what is causing her nightmares feels like something outside of herself. And Alyssa has a lot of experience in the spirit realm, which is something I do not have much experiential knowledge of. I accept that the world is far stranger than I can possibly imagine, and if somebody tells me that they're having a specific kind of experience, I trust and believe them. So when Alyssa tells me about her spirit realm adventures, I imagine that she's the person who knows best in what realm these things are happening. But she doesn't know where her nightmares are coming from, and she's hoping I can pull a few cards that could give her some insight. Okay. And my first card for Alyssa is the Three of Discs. This feels like two cards stuck together. Nope, it is one card. It is the Three of Discs. So, discs are about material energy, and three is the flowering of a suit. And Alyssa is at this flowering point in her life. She and her partner just had a baby. That's a very literal material flowering. And she is moving across the country sometime next week. And she works damn hard. Another thing in this deck in particular, what he's working on is wings. He's building something to elevate himself. So I would say, first of all, your nightmares are coming from some kind of building project that you are involved in. Second card is Temperance. So Temperance is about a lot of things. In some ways, it's about everything. Temperance is this angelic being with one foot on the land and one foot in the water. He's comfortable everywhere. He's happy everywhere. He's easygoing and able to be anywhere. And this is the card I use to get in touch with my gentle side, which can sometimes be hidden under layers of so this is the card I use for that purpose. And in this deck, he is juggling. Yeah. You guys see that? I also see daffodils here. Daffodils, for me, are about springtime. And a rising sun. So there's a real sense of possibility on the horizon. So your nightmares contain some kind of kernel of possibility. And then the last card I'm pulling is the Page of Cups. And this is another idealistic card. Page of Cups. Yeah. This is kind of a dreamy, artistic, go with the flow, do what the spirit calls you to sort of energy. And there is a bird coming out of that cup. It's a little bit of a magic trick and a little bit of showmanship and also elevation. Okay, now I'm looking at all three cards together. And I'm noticing that all three cards have wings. And the wings are diminishing in size. Right? Here, it's like a huge, larger than life project. Here, it is this angelic being carrying the whole of the card. And here, it's a tiny little bird in a cup. So, I wonder, Alyssa, if in some ways your ability to fly is diminishing. I wonder if your ability to be free and self-possessed is not diminishing. I'm going to take that back. I would say getting smaller. In some ways it's becoming even more able. It's becoming more agile. But it's also becoming smaller, dreaming smaller dreams. I think, Alyssa, the part of you that's having nightmares is an idealistic part. That's something else all three of these cards have in common. They all live in a world. This one lives in a world where he trusts that hard work is going to be rewarded. This one is just on the verge of discovering and embodying all kinds of beautiful love things. And this one is all those beautiful love things. So these cards, to me, right now, are representing something of a lost world. Right now, in this particular part of space-time, it feels especially difficult to be human. The questions we face, the challenges we confront, these are not questions and challenges that our ancestors faced. And so our bodies and our spirits aren't necessarily equipped to deal with them. And a lot of people have trouble humaning in this era. So I see your idealistic soaring side in your subconscious causing you to have nightmares. Insight as to how to get them to end. Whew. What is practical advice I can give you from these three cards? I'm going to say to embrace these three aspects of your nightmares. That these things that your dreams are trying to show you are things that matter deeply for your sense of spiritual well-being. So I'm gonna say, work hard, do your work in the world, and believe in your own powers of alchemy. And go ahead and treat the world as if it is a beautiful, magical place. I hope that helps, Alyssa. It would be great if you could write into the comments whether that helps you and what happens with your dreams and how they change. So I wish you the best, and I love you dearly, and the East Coast will be a less interesting, beautiful place with you gone. Beautiful journeys, my dear.